The purple moons of Kepler 442b cast long shadows across the frozen wasteland, as Zara dragged her broken body through the crystalline snow. Her species, the Villani, had skin like polished silver, and eyes that glowed soft blue in darkness. But now, her light was fading. Blood seeped from the plasma burns across her back where her own people had shot her down. She had been a bridge officer on the Villani warship that attacked the human colony 3 weeks ago. The mission was simple: destroy the settlement and take the rare minerals beneath the ground. But when she saw the human children running from their burning homes, something inside her broke. She could not pull the trigger. She could not become a monster. Her captain called her a traitor. Her crew turned their weapons on her. They left her for dead on this ice world, thinking the cold would finish what their betrayal started. Now she crawled through the snow with no hope left in her heart. Her people were gone. Her ship was gone. Even if she survived, there was nowhere to go. The human outpost appeared like a dream through the swirling snow. Warm yellow light spilled from its windows and smoke rose from its chimney. Zara knew humans were supposed to be cruel and violent. That was what her commanders always said. But as she collapsed at the metal door, she wondered if even cruel beings might show mercy to someone already broken. Inside the outpost, Staff Sergeant Jake Martinez was cleaning his rifle when he heard the scratching. At the door, his unit had been stationed on this frozen rock for 6 months watching for Villani activity. The war had been going badly for humanity. The aliens had better ships, better weapons, and no mercy for human worlds. Jake opened the door expecting to find a wounded animal or debris from the recent storm. Instead, he found something that made his breath catch in his throat. A Villani female barely alive and covered in burns that could only have come from her own people's weapons. Her silver skin was pale as moonlight and her blue eyes held a sadness deeper than the ocean. Most soldiers would have raised their weapon. Most commanders would have called for immediate extraction and interrogation. But Jake saw something else. He saw the way. She flinched away from him not in hatred but in fear. He saw how she tried to crawl backward even though her body was failing. He saw a person, not a monster. He holstered his weapon and knelt beside her, speaking in the few Villani words he had learned. During his intelligence training, his pronunciation was terrible, but she understood he was saying he would not hurt her. She looked at him with wonder, as if kindness from a human was something impossible. Jake carried her inside and laid her on his bunk. The base medical AI was basic, but it could treat burns and hypothermia. He worked through the night cleaning her wounds and keeping her warm. When she finally slept, he sat watch, wondering what he had gotten himself into. When Zara woke, she expected to be in chains or worse. Instead, she found herself in a warm bed with soft bandages covering her wounds. A human male sat nearby reading something on a data pad. He looked up when she stirred, and his brown eyes held no cruelty. Over the following days, Jake cared for her with gentle hands. He brought her food and water. He changed her bandages and made sure she stayed warm. He even tried to learn more of her language so they could talk. The base AI translated most conversations, but Jake wanted to speak to her directly. Zara learned that Jake was not like the humans in Villani propaganda. He was kind and patient. He told her about his home in Texas, about his family, and his dreams of becoming a teacher after the war. She told him about her world, about the crystal cities and floating gardens that she would never see again. As her body healed, their friendship grew into something deeper. Jake had never met anyone like her. She was brilliant and thoughtful with a laugh. Like silver bells ringing, Zara had never known that strength could be gentle, that warriors could choose mercy over violence. The turning point came when a Villani patrol ship appeared in the system. Jake could have turned her over to his superiors for questioning. He could have used her as a bargaining chip. Instead, he helped her hide in the old mining tunnels beneath the outpost. When the patrol moved on, he brought her back without asking for anything in return. That night, Zara asked him why. He saved her, why he protected her, when it would have been easier to let her die. Jake looked into her glowing eyes and told her the truth. Because everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Because kindness is what separates people from monsters. Because somewhere along the way, he had fallen in love with her. The war ended 6 months later. Not with great battles, but with exhaustion. Both sides had lost too much to continue fighting. Jake was reassigned to a peaceful colony world, and he asked Zara to come with him. She had nowhere else to go, but more than that, she did not want to be anywhere else. They were married in a small ceremony on New California, surrounded by friends who had learned that love recognizes no species. The bride wore silver silk that matched her skin, and the groom wore his dress uniform. The officiant spoke of two hearts finding peace in a galaxy that had known too much war. Jake kept his promise to become a teacher. He ran a school for both human and Villani children in their new home. Zara became a translator and diplomat, helping other refugees find new lives. She never forgot that she had been saved by an act of kindness when the universe offered only cruelty. Years later, when young beings asked how the war really ended, Jake and Zara would smile and tell them that it ended the way all wars should, with two people choosing love over hate. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, but the greatest wonder was finding someone who saw you not as enemy or alien, but simply as someone worth saving. Their story became legend among both species. A reminder that even in the darkest times, hope could be found in the most unlikely places. A human soldier and an alien refugee who proved that kindness was the strongest force in the universe, stronger than weapons or hate or fear. The love that bloomed in a frozen wasteland became a beacon for all who had lost their way.